down, down, up, 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 up. Oh, hello.
That's not what my husband thinks.
First thing I want to do is celebrate, because I have just acquired 50 subscribers.
Shut up.
That's not really a huge amount, but it's a even number, and I'm happy. Because we were kind of wavering around like between 40 and like 45 on my channel for a while.
That's an open secret.
Just kept kind of going up and down. Eesh.
Can't go on like this forever.
Keep skipping. But it was
Don't tell this to anyone.
It was just weird. I don't know. I think people were either coming and going, or they were just like kept closing and reopening their accounts or something. I don't know how that works. I need to find a bed. I mean, I'll show you guys how you can actually steal one. No one seems to care that you're in here, but if you wake them up, just go.
What's the matter?
I don't really seem to give a shit. Midday is like the best time of day, because that's when everyone's awake. But
I've heard a thing or two.
yeah, so 50 subscribers, that's pretty cool. Every subscriber that we get on my channel usually tends to help bring in more. I don't know, sometimes they share it, or maybe YouTube is more likely to recommend my videos if my channel is growing. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm gonna talk to Vatras again really quick. And then I think next I'm gonna
so that it might destroy the land.
maybe I should set like an idea of what I'm going to do when I play this game, because since it's so unlinear, I just kind of wing it, and then I end up doing a lot of things, and things get a little disorganized. But I'm going to talk to him about this real quick.
Lares said that you could help me get into the monastery of the fire magicians.
Is that your choice? The way of the fire?
Yes, I want to become a fire magician.
As far as I know, they gladly accept novices in their monastery. So why would you need my help?
Lares mentioned that they demand a tribute before they let anyone into the monastery.
I cannot grant you entry into the monastery myself. I am a water mage, as you know, but I'm very well acquainted with Darren, the fire magician. He spends most of his time in the marketplace, collecting alms for his church. But I have heard that he is not only in town to raise some funds. He told me about a statuette that was stolen from him. It was very important to him. He will surely allow you to enter the monastery if you can get it back for him. Of course, if you should decide to join the Circle of Fire, you can still become a member of the Ring. If you prove yourself worthy, that is.
So that's the easy way to get into, he's got nothing else I care about. That's the easy way to get into the monastery. Otherwise, you'd have to pay 1,000 gold and a sheep. You'd have to go buy a sheep, which I think is another 100. So it gets a little annoying. Now, you remember that Thorben the carpenter said he would only give me his blessing and approval to become a novice or a apprentice if I got the blessings of a water mage and a fire mage. Vatras was a water mage, and Darren is a fire mage. Darren is different than Vatras. He doesn't give it willingly. He forces you to pay a tribute, and the tribute is higher depending on the amount of money you have. And since I have like this much, you might demand like 100 gold. So I'm gonna drop that. But if you don't have anything, he won't give you his blessing, and you'll have to pay even more later. You have to have at least 10. So I'm gonna sell something.
Hey, you!
It'll give me about 10 gold.
The weapons dealer. Every man
just
should
over
carry
10.
a weapon these days, especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
That's what I've always said.
So he sells weapons.
He'd better
There's a lot of lore. I'm gonna do this one because
What
it's
do you
actually
know about the disappearances of the
relevant
citizens
to
of
the
Corinth?
story.
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate. Some of those who came, I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back. But what happened the other day was really quite strange. There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon. But Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
So that's one of the people who is missing, and in fact, he's not actually missing because of the reason everyone else is. We'll unveil that later. Just keep the name Joe in mind. So I can ask him these things. I'm gonna do this because
Tell
he
me more
actually
about the area around the
gives me
city.
a quest if I
It's
just keep
gotten too dangerous
asking.
out there. Because of the bandits, for one thing. And also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're venturing closer to the city all the time.
What do you know about the bandits?
What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city. And I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
Now, he gives you a job to actually find the bandits.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
The fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Akhil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here. Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps. The bastards came
I don't
from
know what
there.
that is flickering in the top right
I
there.
bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
Just a weird glitch, I guess.
I'll deal with it.
What? You want to take on the bandits? By yourself? You're quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
That's a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with me. I'll pay you 100 gold pieces if you defeat the bandits.
So he pays you for it, but actually, if you were to keep asking Herod about the job to get an orc's weapon, he would offer an alternative, which is to help him out and kill the bandits like he just asked me to. The thing is, you wouldn't get paid if you actually went that way.
Show me your...
Well, I'll actually show you it is quite easy to get an orc's weapon without actually having to fight one. I'm gonna sell this, that gets me 15 gold there. That'll be enough to pay the fire mage. And that'll be the cheapest possible
Hey.
way to do it.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual comfort? Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos? Or donate some gold for his church?
That's what I've always said.
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good.
not what my
That's
husband
good. Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Enos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
That's what I've always
But my son, without a modest donation to the
keep
church,
anything to himself.
it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can
Sounds
I
like
be
some
certain
crazy
of your
Baptist
good
preacher.
intentions toward the Holy Church of Enos?
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son. Let me see how much you brought.
These are
Well, you don't have much, but neither are you poor.
and he works all
10
day,
gold pieces for Enos. We live modestly. I bless you in the name of Enos, for he is light and righteousness.
Now I'll actually show you how you can get your money back.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with the paladins and support the citizens with my advice
says
and
things
with
like that?
helpful words. Particularly in these difficult
hadn't seen
times,
it with my own
it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
And he
I
works
am
all day,
poor.
too.
So, you are impoverished. No wonder in these times. Take this gold. It should help you.
Anything to
But
himself.
you should look for work. Then you will see how quickly gold comes to you. And then you may give to the Church of Innos as she has given to you.
He simply
See, 20 gold right there. You make double.
I don't believe
I heard rumors about a statuette you have supposedly lost.
And it's gonna get
Have
even
you
worse.
now? You can only have heard that from Vatras, the water mage.
What's the problem?
A very valuable statuette has been sent to the monastery from the mainland, but it never arrived at the
That's not what I
monastery.
heard.
Has the ship been raided?
No, it got to Corinus, safe and sound,
These
and
are
I
bad
went to
times.
collect it there. Then, when I was on my way to the monastery, a band of goblins got hold of it. Now, don't you look at me that way. We magicians are only human too, you know.
Someone's gonna do the work.
Didn't you try to get that statuette back?
Of course I did it. I searched for it high and
Really?
low,
How
but to no avail.
Where was it that you lost that statuette?
I was on my way
Didn't say.
to the monastery near Orland's Tavern.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Orland's Tavern.
That's
Where would
gonna
that
get
be?
even worse.
If you leave the city by this gate here and simply follow the path, you will come to a
Didn't tell this
house
to anyone.
that stands by itself. That's Orland's
That's what I
Tavern.
always said.
The Dead Harpy.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Alright, that's all we need
I've
to
heard
know.
enough. I'll find the thing for you.
May Innos guide you and protect you from the dangers that await you outside the city gates.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Alright, that's all we need.
That's
I'll talk to a few more of the merchants later.
Really?
Just make sure you get your gold back. So, you guys might be wondering why I haven't really been posting much lately. I think I've posted like 2 videos in the last like week or so. The thing is, times have been busy, but also I've been like really tired lately. And it's hard for me to do this kind of thing when I'm tired, because then I just can't talk. I can't talk as much. I can't talk as I just have trouble like thinking of what to say, and my commentary suffers a lot for it. And I just don't want that to be. I don't want to be pumping out like really shitty videos, even if it means more frequently. The thing is, finals are coming up for my classes. Actually, if you go along the rooftops here, we can find some random things that might be valuable. That's just all I'm doing right now. Just something to keep me occupied while I talk. But finals are coming up, and
If I hadn't seen it with my
so obviously I'm going to be busy doing that kind of thing.
don't say.
Once that is over, though, I'll be heading back home for Thanksgiving break, and I should hopefully have more time to do this. I'll also be less tired, but I will be like, you know, hanging out with friends and family and all that. But I'll try to do what I can. I have the game Thief going right now as a series, and in fact, oh, there's something. I've finished the second mission, but I haven't finished uploading the video because, oh shit, it's just taking so much editing. I have to edit out like some of the walking around I've done, because I just couldn't figure out what the hell to do in that second mission. There was one thing I was missing. The rest of it was fine. It was just tough because the fucking guards kept seeing me,
He had better
and I kept dying. but it's just so much just wandering around aimlessly because I couldn't figure out what I was looking for this one objective that I wouldn't have even had if I was playing on the normal difficulty. Anyway, I should stop talking about other games while playing this game. Like I said, I'm gonna do all
Now that's typical, isn't it?
the initiation kind of quests for the 3 factions. The one for the militia is like really short. In fact, I'll probably just do that in this video. It really takes like no effort. Actually, I'll do it if I even can. I'm not sure, since I asked for help joining the monastery. They might not help me with anything else, but we'll see.
Don't tell this to anyone.
But to join the militia, you just talk to this one militia man who happens to be a part of the Ring of Water, and it's really not even any simpler than joining a master craftsman as an apprentice, which is the requirement to become part of the militia normally.
Never would have thought of that himself.
Let's
Hey,
talk to
you!
him again.
That's nothing.
I need... And what...
You listen to the wrong people. Do you really think
Yeah, I guess I can't do that anymore. I should have done that
you
thing.
do that?
Actually, no. I don't know.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Getting into the monastery is not the most tedious, but it might be the most difficult, because the goblins that robbed him actually are kind of
really true?
difficult. They're black goblins, which, if you aren't aware, those are much tougher than the normal ones. At this point in the game, I'm a shitty fighter.
Let's wait and see what happens.
So there's not much else to do around here. I'm going to talk to the merchants in the place in the marketplace. A few of them have quests for you to do. And what I like is how a lot of things kind of build up on each other in this game, but you don't necessarily have to do like one after the other. Like, you don't have to do them all in order. Like, there's this merchant you can help out, and there's this other guy who asks you to get an item back from him. If you help him out, he'll give it to you for... If you help out the merchant first, he'll give it to you for free. But if you don't, then he'll make you pay for it. And they're kind of independent quests. They just happen to come together at that one point. I'm going to talk to this guy.
How strange. It seems to me that I have met you before, traveler. Well, great are the mysteries of time and space. Oh, please forgive my rudeness, son of patience. I have not even greeted you yet. Welcome, friend. Take a seat on my humble rugs and enjoy a pipe in peace.
Who are you?
My name is Abu Jin ibn Jadir ibn Omar Khalid bin Haji al-Sharidi.
That's
I am
easy
a
to remember.
seer and a prophet, an astrologer, and a purveyor of tobacco.
He's like the only guy in this game who has more than one name. Well, he has not just a last name, but he has like a fucking million middle names. Tobacco's not important. Can you make
Can
me a
you
prophecy?
make me a prophecy?
My services are yours for a modest fee, oh father of generosity.
How much do you want?
For a paltry 25 coins. I shall risk a glance through time for you. But remember, the future is always uncertain. All I can do is glimpse some fragments of time.
Tell me about the future.
All right, seeker of knowledge. I shall now
Apologize
enter
if
a
you can hear the
state of
sirens.
trance.
I'm sure you
Are
can.
you ready?
Not much I can do about that. I don't think they're coming after me, so don't worry.
They are guarding an entry, an old tunnel, the Valley of Mines.
Maybe we should just
Men
close the
in
fucking window.
shining armor.
It's just really
A
cold in
magician.
here.
Your friend
It's actually
is
warmer
with them.
outside, so opening the window makes it warm in here.
He's waiting for you. Fire!
Christ.
An attack!
You Police, fire trucks, ambulances. Must have been something big.
Many shall die. What is that? A city. Ruins. Quarholdron in Jakandar. He is summoned. Quarholdron in Jakandar. I'm sorry. Division is over. There's nothing more I can see.
So that's that. He tells me basically what will happen in the next chapter or so. In each new chapter, you can come back to him and he'll tell you something new.
Is hereby enacted. The security measures for the protection of the upper quarter will be further strengthened.
So let's go back to the marketplace. Tell me if this guy looks familiar.
Hey, you. I have a proposition for you.
What do you want?
I want my old stall in the marketplace back. Sarah snatched it away from me, but she has had that spot long enough. I want her to give up the stall.
And what's my part in this?
I will give you a letter to stick in her pocket. Then you go to Andre and tell him that Sarah is selling weapons to Onar. She lands in prison. You have 2 days to accomplish this.
What's in it for me?
When I have the stall, you will get a weapon from me, and a damned good one.
What will happen if I refuse to do that?
That would be truly stupid of you, because you see, I know that you're an escaped convict. If that gets around, it could do considerable harm to your situation in the city.
All right, looks like I've got no choice.
You're a clever lad. Here is the letter.
How am I supposed to foist the letter on her?
Let her show you her wares, and while she does, you hide the letter on her. And bear in mind, I am an influential man in the city, so don't try to play me for a fool.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
So I guess we'll just step on over and not do that. I'll show you how to turn it around on him, which is quite easy. Oh, Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people talking over there. All you gotta do is hold on to the letter and bring it to Andre.
Inos be with you, stranger. What brings you to me?
I've come to collect the bounty for a criminal. Canthar the merchant is trying to get rid of Sarah.
Sarah? The weapons merchant in the marketplace?
I was supposed to foist a letter on Sarah, which claimed that she's supplying weapons to Onar.
I see. I shall gladly pay the bounty for that bastard. He is already as good as behind bars.
So that's dealt with.
I've got an important
I'll
message
just show
for
you that
Lord
this
Hagen.
won't work.
Well, you stand before one of his men. What is this about?
It's about a sacred artifact, the Eye of Innis.
The Eye of Inos. I have never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. If there truly is an artifact of this name, only the highest members of our order would know anything about it. In any case.
That's why I have to talk to Lord Hagen himself.
Lord Hagen receives only paladins, or those who are in the service to paladins. It is beneath his dignity to waste his time with members of the common folk.
Well, that's just rude. So that's he's not really that important unless you're a member of the militia.
Hey, you! How's your duty?
Oh, these boys swing their swords like farmers. But when I'm done with them, every single one of them will be a tough, hard bastard.
Oops.
What's it like?
Lord,
I don't care about any of that.
Can you also train me in sword fighting?
Lord Andre has ordered that we train everyone who is in a position to defend the city. But that's only true for combat training. All other kinds of training are reserved for the militia. Can you at least halfway handle a weapon?
I think so.
All right, you can start when you're ready.
I'm just gonna put 5 points into that.
Let's be.
Because that's all I have, really. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do with this, I think I've said this before, differently than the first Gothic, is I'm going to try to keep it mostly straightforward. Because in the first Gothic, I was just kind of running around and who's making things take longer. So I'm going to try to stick to a path and kind of cut out or avoid the bullshit, just so this is not just another really long, like, chaotic mess. But this guy's important.
Why are you looking so doubtful?
I see that you bear the sign of the Ring of Water.
So, are you a member too?
What if I am?
Then I would tell you that Lares wants to be relieved from his post down at the harbor.
Fine. If that's so, I'll see to it that somebody deals with it.
I see.
Have you got a job for me?
No, I already have an errand boy. Try the other merchants.
Alright, so he's not really important for anything else, at least not yet. So that ring is just a subtle sign that you are part of the Ring of Water, even though you're technically not at this point.
Ah, there you are again.
Actually, I never saw you in the first place.
Canthar was trying to trick you and to get your booth for himself, but I've turned him over to the city guard.
Then you've made an enemy of a dangerous man. I've known the bastard for a long time, and he's always wanted my place for himself. Take this weapon as a token of my gratitude.
Pirate's Cutlass. I actually cannot come close to using that yet.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity, but they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even one gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
Show me your wares.
You can ask a lot of people about basically the same things. You know, maybe I should have gone with two-handed weapons. Because some of them somehow have a lower strength requirement. Oh, that's a good sword. I think I'll come across one of those eventually. Yeah, it takes a long time to actually be able to use some of these weapons. So, without the Night of the Raven expansion, a lot of those strength requirements were much lower. But I guess people fans complained that the difficulty in this was not high enough. So they were just kind of like, you know, when they overhauled the game for the Night of the Raven expansion, they made everything harder. I think enemies give you less experience. Things have higher requirements to use. It's like everything's just harder. And there are some points where I feel like the game is unfair, but for the most part the difficulty is not like unwelcome.
Hey, you!
I have talked to Baltram. He will find someone to relieve you.
Ah, very good. Then we can finally leave here. You had better keep my aquamarine ring for now. I assume it will come in handy for you until you get your own.
There's only one other place I can think of where we use it, and you'll see that in due time.